Good afternoon and salutations. My name is Calypso, a Game and Carousel, and welcome to the stream. Alright, so, well, it's Fatal 12. Hello? Hello, Moonfire Fox Girl. Before we get started, I have some news. I found out this morning when my class is going to be, when my class is gonna be. So I now know when what days I will stream when I eventually switch over to the 2 days a week, 5-hour stream kind of thing. When, of course, after I finish the games like Fatal 12, Naya Lumbra, and then the other two that I put up on YouTube as episodes. When I finish those, and then now I know which days I will be doing it. So since since my class is on Wednesday, I've chosen Mondays and Fridays, because I don't want them to be too close to Wednesday when I have class. And I don't want them to be too close to each other, just for sort of symmetry and like it just looks all right. Mondays I have this choice. Can't do Tuesday. Sundays I have prior engagements and I can't ever do anything on Sundays. And then yeah, you either put the other stream day on Friday or Saturday, and Saturday only puts a day of rest between the two 5-hour streams, so I don't want to do that. So Mondays and Fridays. Of course, that's not going to be the case for a while because, well, it hasn't happened yet, but I assume maybe it can't happen because it feels like you should be able to elect more than one person during an election cycle, right? Unless there's something in the rules that I missed that prevents that. But so far, we've only elected one person per week. And so if that's the case, unless we, do a whole bunch of skipping, Fatal 12 still has a lot to go. We still have a lot of content, and that's pretty good. I don't know where... Actually, it feels like we're sort of in endgame with, Cave Story. I don't know where we're at with an octave higher, and Naya Lumbra is weird because I'm doing the challenge mode. I don't know when these things are going to be finished. I may also... Okay, cool. I'm almost halfway, thank you. I might also, for some of these, probably not this one because when Firefox Girl is here being, and interacting, so that's fun. Probably not for Fatal 12, but maybe for the other ones, I might switch off and do independent recordings, just putting them on YouTube to get them out faster. But probably not. I'd have to find time for that, and I don't have energy to do that with this stream. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Ooh, this also means if... Actually, I just realized something. If... Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna finish... Okay, the class is going to start before I'm able to switch to the new schedule. So, Wednesdays will no longer... Until we get to the new schedule, Wednesdays will no longer be stream days. I won't be able to stream. In fact, I think my class is at 1 p.m. Huh, that's funny. So, I might... Yeah, I'm going to add Saturdays as a stream day once my class starts. Just so I have an extra day and I don't reduce the number of days in the week so that I can... Because that will slow down getting through these 4 games. So, yeah. So, I think that's it for, the thing. That's, announcements. That's enough for announcements, so let's get into the game. Hello, headphones. Let's adjust the volume on my end. Okay. Continue. After parting ways with Miharu, I end up near Shigetsugu's house. I made sure to tell her I'd be doing so, to which she offered the warning, just be careful. Numeral 4's regret card is gone. That much is a fact. I wasn't sure if I had made it... I wasn't sure if I had it in me to elect you, but that's irrelevant now that I don't have all its cards. The time will come when I have to steel myself for the inevitable. I won't be able to keep myself safe, should you end up gathering all my information either. That's why I made my way here, to confirm whether or not our guess was correct. It isn't long before the reality of the matter will overturn that logic, however. Oh? I stand in front of Shigetsugu's house, mouth agape. That might not be the right way to put it. The house I've become so familiar with is no longer there. Wait. In its place, an empty lot. Wait, what? Not a single trace remains of the place Shigetsugu spent its final days. A gust of wind blows through the lot, as if to accentuate the emptiness I feel. At the same time, I notice a familiar figure.
どうして僕を指名してくれなかったの?
It is no more for you. His appearance hasn't changed since we last spoke, but his voice sounds somewhat younger. Ah, okay. Yeah.
どうしてお姉ちゃんは僕を殺してくれなかったの? 殺してほしいってお願いしたのに。
He somehow sounds even more serious than he did Saturday night.
次の選定の時は僕を殺してくれる? わからない。
That's all I can muster. He cast his gaze to the ground before replying.
やっぱりこのままだったら未練を教えてもお姉ちゃんは僕の指名に踏み切れないよね。
His voice grows deeper than before. His eyes are as empty as they were in the court of fate.
今はまだお姉ちゃんは迷ってるけど、お姉ちゃんには必ず僕を殺してもらうからね。
Oh my god.
ゆうくん、記憶が戻ったんだよね。だからゆうくんの持っていた本当の未練がカードに変わったから、私たちの持っていたカードが消えた。
Oh, I forgot
眠
about
って
that.
いた記憶には何があったの?
地獄だよ。
I'm not sure what he means, but it doesn't seem to matter to him. He turns his back to me before continuing.
お姉ちゃんにも覚悟をしてもらうよ。
待って、もっと。
He ignores my plea.
僕はお前に必ず。
I fail to catch his final words before he leaves. But the tone of his voice had changed yet again. It felt as though each and every word he said pierced me. As he fades into the sunset on the horizon, it reminds me of someone marching into a blazing hellfire. Oh, does it? Once home, all I can do is think about what you said. About how I don't have it in me to elect him. It's true that he asked me to do so, But I never even had the opportunity to apologize for denying him that request. I open up my card book once more.
これは残ってるんだ。
As suspected, his memories have returned. His mother's cooking was a regret born from his amnesia. There's no doubt it was rooted deep in his psyche, but also inherently different from the regret he held before losing his memories. By that logic, it's odd that his name card didn't disappear along with his regret after regaining his memories. Ah. That tells me he probably didn't have... Whoever made them make, like, bomb a train station, or a train, probably just didn't give him a name. And so he still feels more connected to the name Shigetsugu gave him. That makes sense. But the name card is still here. If the cards are based on personal perception, then it makes sense. So, two possibilities exist. The first is that he had no name before. The second is that he doesn't consider his previous name to be his real one. I'm leaning toward that idea. Yeah. For example, he wants to distance himself from his previous self due to some bad experiences. Shigetsugu conjectured that his skill in combat came from being in an environment that demanded it. If that's the case, then he's likely been through all sorts of things that a normal person like me can't even imagine.
残酷だったのかな、私は。
I can understand why he'd want to be eliminated to avoid remembering that what all he'd gone through. He's likely struggling with his past right now. My own hesitation has caused him to suffer. It's something I should have realized with ease, yet I unconsciously avoided it. Eliminating another is the same as killing them. I was simply too scared to shoulder that sin.
ナオミがいたら、なんて言うかな。
Maybe you should consider not pushing her away. I don't know the answer, though. What would I have done if she were here? If she shouldered that sin with me? Things are different from before, though. I'm not sure how she'd react to me possibly eliminating someone.
考えても仕方ないか。誰にもわからないことだから。
Once again, I seal the cap on my emotions. I opt to run away, all the while overlooking the future in store for me. Okay. In the end, I spend my days following that as a normal. The only notable difference is everyone getting ready for the culture festival. I put a temporary hold on my efforts to gather information, too. Mainly because I was curious about what you said. I expect him to make some sort of move against me, so I've been half-heartedly watching out for that. I made sure to fill in Miharu, too. Somewhat ironic how I chose to not form a pact with her, and yet we're practically working together. We haven't shared the details of one of those cards, but that's about it. Miharu seems to be at something of a loss regarding how to proceed herself. As for Alan and numeral 11, I haven't seen either of them since our last encounter. Alan did mention that he was trying to get his hands on information pertaining to that duo, so it's possible that both parties are scouting each other out now. Okay.
Ah, 全然ダメだ。
I decided to go for a walk through the park to take my mind off things. The culture festival starts... starts tomorrow and ends Sunday. I shouldn't have to worry about being elected this week, so long as I don't do the same to everyone else. hope that things settle down a bit during the culture festival since I've been hitting a wall so much recently. I need to get out my frustrations today in order to accomplish that, though. Sitting down on my favorite bench, I gaze at the buildings in the distance. A single crow flies past, which makes the clock tower that already stands out all the more captivating. Good God, I need to die. I need dialogue-heavy scenes. My voice is already going. I still find it hard to believe that this is the final destination park I mentioned. Haha. The park. Parka. It's literally nothing. To me, it's a place I associate with memories of my childhood and my talk with Naomi a while back. That was a good scene. I remember that. I have to admit, I'm surprised Miharu didn't tear me a new one on Monday. Maybe something changed within her during Divine Selection. Actually, hang on. If anyone's changed, it's me. I'm able to talk things out with her now. The same might apply to her. I've noticed that we've been keeping fewer things from each other. People can't forcefully change one another. The way we interact with others can change along with us. That said, Naomi never changed her attitude toward me, despite how I treated her. She did everything she could to maintain the status quo. I understand the weight behind her offer to share responsibility with me far more than I did back then.
Naomi.
What are you gonna do? My phone rings as if in response to my mumbling. I open my text app, only to learn that it's none other than Naomi. The text reads, "What is it? Hello? That's odd. It's like she heard what I just said, but that can't be. I didn't butt dial her or anything." What? Wait.
Senpai.
Oh, you were the. Oh, you were just there. Okay. No, actually, Naomi's omniscient. Wait, is omniscient? Yes. Wait. Yeah, Naomi's omniscient somehow. I hear a voice come from behind me. Part of me thinks I'm hearing things.
Naomi! すみません。そんなに驚かせてしまうなんて思いませんでした。いや、それはいいんだけど。あれ、どうして？準備は大丈夫？はい。準備も大部分が終わってるので、今日はみんなで早く帰ったんです。その分、明日は早朝からなんですけどね。凛花先輩って遠足の前日にそわそわして眠れないって経験ありませんでしたか？私はあんまり。先輩らしいです。私はそんな子だったんです。それで緊張とか不安とかそういうので落ち着かなくって、ここに来れば落ち着くかなって思ったら先輩がいて、実は私たまにこの場所に来てたんです。凛花先輩が教えてくれたこの場所、私もすごく好きだから。
She struggles to hide her shy expression, not to mention her flushed cheeks. I feel myself cracking a smile.
ナオミはリーダーだしね。大変だ。もうプレッシャーかけないでください。私って地味だから、ただでさえこういうの初めてで。
昔から引っ込み思案だったから。
大丈夫だよ。
I know I shouldn't laugh, but there's something inherently adorable about her. Part of me is envious over her ability to worry so much over something like this. But that isn't the main reason I find myself smiling.
初めて会った時からは考えられないね。
もう恥ずかしいから思い出さないでください。
懐かしい。あれはまだ4月の最初で。
It was the Saturday after the first and second years had their entrance and opening ceremonies respectively. Class ended in the morning for us that day. I was told to stay behind and finish all the homework I hadn't handed in. Not that it was my fault I hadn't done it. Gran was going to the countryside at the end of March, so I spent most of my time helping her with luggage and making preparations for living on my own. Not to mention the time I spent learning the ropes so a lion house could stay open. Those were all personal circumstances, though. Bringing them up with my teachers felt like I'd just be making excuses, so I refused. Thus, I ended up retreating into the library to get it all done. The place was empty because the new term had just begun, with the exception of one person. That person was Hitsuji Naomi, who had just started her life at Amecha. She must be a real bookworm to visit the library already. That was my first impression of her. I made my way over to an empty seat, piling up all the homework waiting to be done. Naomi sat not too far from me, reading through a big pile of books. Thinking back, she must be a speed reader, considering she planned to finish the whole lot.
楽しいのかな?
I couldn't help but ponder aloud. She could have made some coffee and gotten cozy on her own bed to read if she just took them home. Granted, it wasn't my place to question her logic while I sat there to finish homework at the beginning of a new term. I'm not even sure how long we were in there for. All I remember was that it had grown pitch black outside. Just as I was about to leave to avoid being shouted out for staying past opening hours, I noticed that Naomi was still there. She wasn't reading, though. She looked like she was searching for something. She made her way through the bookshelves, checking the spines one by one. I can't recall if she said those exact words or not, but I did hear some sort of panic noise. Her expression and attitude made it all the more apparent. Hi! Oh, are you gonna come up? Come on. Come on. Come on up. Hi. One of my cats, Oscar, has come to join me on my desk. Oh my god. He sneezed in my face. Come on. Huh. Oh. Oh no. Gesundheit. Well, at least he did that down there and not up on my desk. Okay. Anyway, back to the game. No, don't come back up here. Alright, I guess you're fine. Did you get everything out? No, you did not. Stop that. I'm sorry. Okay. Did I read this? I read this.
ねえ、どうしたの?
Did you? What? He waited to sneeze after jumping up on my desk. Oscar. Okay, anyway. Oh. There we go. Forgot that he knocked over my microphone, so I gotta adjust it again. There we go. Okay.
いや、私別に図書委員とかじゃないし、困ってるように見えたけど。
Her reaction forced me to remember my bad reputation. Mao said that rumors about me spread like wildfire, even over the most minor of things, so the first years may already be aware of me. Golden streaks in my hair, an intimidating expression, and petite. It hurt to admit, but most people would recognize someone with such specific traits. Judging by her demeanor, it's obvious that she's too scared to talk.
まあいいや。何か探してるんでしょ？それだけ教えて。勝手に手伝うから。でも。もうちょっとすると見回りの先生来て追い出されるよ。手伝うなって言うなら帰るけど、困ってるんでしょ？
I have fond memories of how funny her reaction to that was. Her eyes darted all over as she struggled to find a reply. Eventually, she stared right at me before speaking up.
自分の手帳を文庫本と間違えてしまっちゃって。本を読みながら歩いてたら間違えたことにも気づかなくって、
Wait a minute. I don't know how school libraries work, if they function differently than regular libraries, or how libraries work in Japan. That might be a different thing, but at least public American libraries are not supposed to put the books back, if I recall correctly. But anyway, anyway, that's funny. Wait, hold on. What did I... There it is. Wait. Interesting, okay. Apparently she received the notebook from her mom as an enrollment gift. Losing it that fast might earn her a record or two. She'd probably get a prize in innovation for the way she did so too. That said, I felt bad for her. It didn't seem likely that anyone would stumble across it, considering how many books the library had. Things would only get more difficult as the days passed and people switched them in and out too. That's why I decided to help her out. The teacher eventually did come along to chase us off. I stopped searching at that point, instead opting to buy Naomi some time. An hour or so later, she managed to find it.
本当にご迷惑をおかけしました。ありがとうございました。先生も説得してくれて。
説得って言うのかな、あれ。まあでも見つかってよかったね。さ、帰りな。
駅まで一緒に。
私と一緒にいるところを見られたら変な噂でも立つかもよ。
噂？どうしてですか？
だってさっき私のこと怖がってなかった？
怖がってた？いえ、あれは恥ずかしくって。あんななくし方普通しないじゃないですか。
それもそうだね。
I felt dumb for worrying about my reputation. She didn't know that my appearance hadn't intimidated her. It wasn't all that special a moment when I think about it, but somehow I felt like it was.
獅子舞凛花、よろしくね。
獅子舞先輩、私は羊直美です。よろしくお願いします。
I think it took less than a week for her to become more casual around me. Oh, it's worth noting that she tripped over herself on the way to the station. There's something special about how we met. It was a memorable occasion to me, regardless. That was cute. That was absolutely precious. All of it. Both of us laugh as we talk about the past.
そういえばさ、なんで図書室で手帳を出してたの？
読んだ本の題名とか感想とかを書くようにしてるんです。私にとってはそれが日記の代わりで、同じ本でも読む日によって感想が変わることもありますし。
It's taken 2 months, but now my curiosity is sated. It makes sense considering how organized she is.
ねえ、ナオミ。
先輩、
月曜日に言おうと。
Oh? We both speak at the same time, interrupting one another. The embarrassment that follows leads to a brief silence. You're gonna keep doing this? We do it a second time, but now Naomi smiles.
どうぞ。
文化祭が終わったら話そうって考えてたんだけどさ、この機会だし言うね。私がナオミを突き放しちゃったこと謝ろうと思って。ごめんね、私の勝手で遠ざけちゃって。
Alright.
そんな。だって凛花先輩は私のこと心配してくれたから。それは分かってるから、そんな謝らなくっても。
Her eyes are darting all over again, but I make sure to keep my eyes on her. I need her to understand that she shouldn't hold back. Noticing that, she nods.
私はやっぱり弱いままだからね。もしナオミが良ければ。
Naomi cuts me off with a hug. She pulls me right in and squeezes hard enough that I feel each of her fingers caressing my back.
答えなんて決まってるじゃないですか。
Oh.
ありがとう。
あ、すみません。
She pushes herself away from me, leaving her hands out in front of her. I grab both with my right hand and place my left on top.
まあでもまずは明日と明後日の文化祭頑張ってね。
頑張ってね。
はい。
We spent some time chatting away following that. Once the park is about to close, we leave. It really is strange. The time we spent together in the park was brief, but it made me feel far better than I had in a long time.
おはよう凛花。あ、おはよう。
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Mihara arrives at school as I'm thinking back over the past week. We agreed to meet before moving on to help our class with stuff. Hold on. Today's Saturday. Okay, so... Alright. Just waiting on Mao now. Then the three musketeers will have gathered.
今週ずっと考え込んでいるように見えたけれど 少しすっきりしたようだね。何かあったのかい？
何か。ちょっとお散歩しただけ。
くす。そうかい。難しい顔をする凛花も魅力的だけれど、今日くらいは気分転換をした方がいい。羊さんの頑張りの成果も見に行くのだろう。
That praise there is What happened between Miharu and Naomi? I am very
意
curious
外だね。
to
ミ
find
ハルが
out
ナオミのことを
when
気
the
に
game
するなん
tells
て。
me.
そうかな。僕もちゃんと彼女が頑張っていたことは認めているよ。
Yeah, okay, okay.
そうだね。やっと笑ってくれたね。僕でも君を笑わせることができて安心しているよ。
大げさなんだから。おはよう。いや、寝坊しちゃったよ。
Mama turns up 5 minutes late. Her face, not to mention the bags under her eyes, makes it obvious that she's pretty worn out.
文化祭だから余裕と思ってつい家にある漫画を読み返しちゃってたよ。あー、
平日だって同じでしょ。まあちょっと早めに待ち合わせしておいたし大丈夫。
That's funny.
お疲れ。
なんとも形容しがたい中途半端さだね。僕たちのクラスの企画はなんとも形容しがたい中途半端さだったね。僕たちのクラスの企画は占いの館という安直な名前なのはともかくとして、部屋を暗くして水晶を置いておけば雰囲気が出ると思っているようだね。予算がないから衣装が黒い布をまとうだけというのは仕方がないけれど、僕たちの仕事がお客さんの占い結果を印刷して渡すだけというのは面白みに欠けるよ。
My goodness.
ミハル、今日毒がすごいね。
Wait, that's funny. Hold on. Isn't Snake part of one of her names? Miharu's. That's kind of interesting way of translating it if it's translated the same. Because spitting venom is an English idiom, so I imagine that whatever was actually said in Japanese is maybe a similar idiom. I'm not sure. But like, huh. Anyway.
まあまあ、うちはそれなりに楽しめたよ。
Maybe not a snake hatchet. Got it. Right. Alright. Miharu wasn't wrong though. It was very meh, to say the least. The fortune tell. Oh. The fortune telling itself was done via a PC program, bought by one of the girls familiar with that sort of stuff, so that wasn't bad. You put your date of birth and some other info in, and then it spit out a result based on her own horoscopes. It was their job to print and hand out said results to anyone who wanted them. She probably didn't get permission from the creator to use it for this, so the idea was a bit of a gray area. Then again, charging 100 yen per go probably tipped the scales.
しかし、これでやっと文化祭を堪能できるね。
羊さんの喫茶店へ立ち寄ったら、僕は図書室で午後まで時間を潰して帰宅させてもらうけどね。
うちも。まあでもみんな頑張ってるし、せっかくだし校内一周はしとかないとね。
Oh, did I cancel the voice line?
ああ、疲れたね。ああ、疲れたね。
Hold on.
ああ、疲れたね。
Can't figure it out. Okay. There's some reason why the voice line didn't go when I first time getting here, and I don't understand what's happening. Whatever. We actually end up walking around the whole school. Mao doesn't have it in her to skip stuff she has no interest in if she sees that people put effort into it. Not sure if I should praise her for that or not. I think it's praiseworthy, honestly. She recognizes effort and appreciates it. Wow, that's actually, I think that's pretty praiseworthy, actually. Actually, I like seeing effort and passion too, even for things that I don't really care about. So I relate to that. We're used to her dragging us around like this since last year, so neither me or her are bothered. Not that we'd admit it to her, of course. Well, we do skip out on the stuff going on at the auditorium and courtyard, so you could argue it is more a case of self-gratification. There's still plenty to see and learn from going around and checking out different stuff at least. Speaking of, there's one major thing I noticed while we're doing so.
校内カップ持ってる人が多いよね。
Hey! Namitsuka's doing well?
プラスチックのキャップのついた紙コップだね。
繁盛してるってことですな。校内で持ち運べるようにしたのは正解かもだね。
Hell yes.
ナオミ、頑張ってるかな。
Yeah, I'm actually might be stressful, but at least it's doing well.
リータンも気になる？じゃ、そろそろナオリンの教室に突撃しよう。
We've passed by once already, so we know which way to go. The corridors have been gradually filling up with people as the day drags on. We'll make our way through the crowd with one destination in mind. Yeah. Oh, ooh.
おお、飾り付けしてある。
Wait, did Mao and I have the same reaction? That's funny. God, I love Mao so much. The first year classrooms are up on the 3rd floor, with Naomi's being at the end of the corridor. There seems to be a lot of customers too, possibly thanks to the tickets they're selling at the reception area. One door is being used as the entrance, with the other as the exit. A number of people are making their way out, plastic cups in hand. It feels similar to what you see at big coffee shop chains. Oh, fuck. Big coffee shop chains. Chop chains. Granted, this is largely meant to be used as more of a rest area. You can see the dripping procedure as well, so I guess that's part of the experience. Oh, that's cool. That would... That's cool. That's just cool. Okay, there's a nice fragrance making its way to the hallway. That's a good sign. It's probably one of the reasons why it's so busy. You normally don't get a chance to enjoy something like this at school. I split the tickets between the three of us before making her way in.
あれ、ナオリンは？
Oh, she's overwhelmed. She can't...
見当たらないね。
Or
ちょっと
just,
聞いてみるよ。
it could be anything. She approaches one of the girls at the door to ask. Seems like this is where you pay if you don't have a ticket. 200 yen a cup makes sense when you take the budget into account.
ナオリン、資材が足りないってことで、友達と一緒に追加の買い物に行ってるみたい。
Okay,
さっき出たばっかりだから、ちょっと時間かかるかもって。
making sure everything's running smoothly as the leader? Or like the manager or whatever? Like, of this whole thing? That also makes sense.
予想外に人が来てるみたいだよ。
羊さん、場を任せられるようにきちんとしていたんだね。さすがだよ。
どうする？また後で来る？
せっかく来たし、いただいてこっか。 またちょっとしたら来ればいいし。
そうだね。うちも座りたかったし。
Miharu nods in agreement. We hand our tickets over and get some coffee. They're the same chairs we use for class, but they have nice tablecloths and decorations set up on the desks. Makes it an ideal spot to sit down and escape all the activity outside. The coffee's nice and fragrant, so they've definitely worked hard on it. I could just imagine Naomi doing her best to teach everyone how to brew it. I hope to get the chance to taste her coffee once she's back.
羊さんもライオン感が好きみたいだね。
You know, I had a cup of coffee this morning, right? And it actually, I think the thing, I don't know if anyone knows this, like, sort of, I guess, coffee conventional wisdom that boiling water, like water actually boiling is too hot for coffee, and I actually, okay, like, sometimes I'm a little too fast with pouring the heated water, but today I was slow for reasons, and it did fucking taste better. Actually. What was the point of that? I just want to talk about coffee. I had a pretty good cup of coffee today.
言われてみれば小物とかのセンスも似てるよね。出張版？
A spin-off?
ナオミはうちに通ってたし、小物を一緒に買いに行ったりしてたからかな。くす、そうだね。きっと凛花の影響だ。
Ma asks for some milk and extra sugar. Yeah. I take a peek into her cup to see the results. Her coffee is almost pure white. She takes a sip before changing the subject.
そういやさ、最近1年に転校生来てたりしてたっけ？白い髪の小さい子なんだけど、見覚えがなくって。
But I... Wait, hold up, wait,
朝来るときにちらーって見かけたんだよね。
転校生かい？わからないよ。僕はあまり他の学年のことは知らないからね。私もマをよく見てるね。
いや、あの子は一回見れば覚えてるはずだよ。いい単に負けず劣らず尖ってたからね。高一にしてはちょっと幼い感じだけど、ボーイッシュな顔つきで可愛い感じ。あれはバレンタインにチョコもらいまくりですな。
そんなに印象的だったのかい？
そうだね。ナオリンのとこに遊び行くとき、どのクラスの子か聞いてみよっか。
Is Miharu getting the clue? Oh, Rinka got it. Okay, there we go. All the dots connect as she describes this person to us. White hair, young looking, boyish. There's only one person I know who fits the description.
でも考えすぎかな。制服を着てたんでしょ？
そう。だから1年生の子って分かったんだけど。お、帰ってきたみたいだよ。
A few girls make their way through the entrance holding large plastic bags. Naomi's nowhere to be seen, though. Mao heads to the back to ask again.
なんか、ナオリン知り合いがいるかもって 挨拶しに行ったんだって。しかも今話した1年の子みたいなんだけど、挨拶って何があったのかな。
嘘。
Oh shit. I shut my thoughts for all to hear. I'm not overthinking things. I can't figure out why, but I just know.
ごめん、どっかで待ってて。
リータン
I make eye contact with Miharu. Looks like we're on the same page. I rush out of the classroom, leaving Miharu to deal with Mao. He's here. You's come to my school. I make my way out to the hallway, which is as lively as ever. There's even more people than before, which leads to an even bigger line to get into the classroom.
ナオミは
I don't see them anywhere. You should stand out regardless of how many people there are, so they must not be on this floor. Immediately after that, something I could never expect unfolds. A thunderous roar goes down the hallway. The whole building shakes. It's a bit too short, too weak to be an earthquake though. Unrest starts to spread throughout the students and visitors though. None of them expected something like this to occur. Worry and confusion take hold. A sharp headache follows soon after. It's similar to the one I experienced when I first met you in person. Wait, that's right. Our meeting in front of Shigetsuka's house wasn't our first. My memory's still fuzzy, but my psyche is sending me warning signals. Either way, all I can do is head toward the source of the noise. I dash through the crowd, who have already begun to settle back down. It isn't until I am on my way to another floor that an evacuation order gets issued. Naomi finds herself in pursuit of a young boy. She doesn't know his name, but the look in his eyes was familiar. Oh, fuck. Okay, we're good. While the class leader has to make sure everything runs smoothly, she decides to go with some friends to stock up and ensure they won't miss anything, as well as to take charge in the off chance that what they need is sold out. As expected, they couldn't find the exact same things they needed, but she was able to pick out suitable replacements. Fortunately, she expected that things might become hectic on their first day. She did everything she could to make sure things would go well, but it's rare for that to happen when doing such things for the first time. Curious about how things are going, they make their way back to school. Everything is fine until Naomi notices a boy with white hair amongst the students. And he's wearing the Amechi uniform. The most striking thing about him is that he would be easy to mistake for a regular student thanks to his gender-neutral appearance. However, Naomi is aware of his true nature. He is a participant in divine selection. He could very well be Rinka's enemy. He looks all around as he explores the school. Naomi can only surmise that he is searching for someone, most likely Rinka. At first she considers getting in touch with Rinka, who's probably still at school, but her phone's batteries died. Ooh. I'm gonna let this session go over the hour mark because there was the first like 10 minutes, maybe 7, were just the announcements. So yeah, I'm gonna let this scene play out no matter how long it takes over. Well, no more than an hour 10. Okay. Out of all the things to forget, it had to be charging her phone. Naomi has already convinced herself to take charge of the situation. She makes up an excuse for her friends and then begins to tail him. He resembles a predator searching for its prey. This isn't the same person she saw at the station the other day. Her gut is telling her that he's planning something here. Her heart races. Every thump is palpable. Just then, a sharp headache overtakes her. Her mind flashes back to the dreams she had of Rinka's death, dreams she had told Rinka about. Those were memories of an event that had been undone. There are still too many question marks surrounding it, though. Why it happened, how it happened, and the perpetrator behind it. Wait, why do you think? Her memories begin to catch up with her as she tails the boy. Why is there suddenly a perpetrator involved? The answer is simple. She recognizes the look in that boy's eyes.
あの子との因縁は凛花先輩だけのものじゃない。私も
The worse her headache gets, the more she comes to realize that her dreams are in fact reality. He makes his way to a less crowded area, despite seeming to be in search of someone. It makes tailing him much more difficult, but Naomi refuses to back down. Eventually, he makes his way into a certain classroom. One not being used by any class for the Kyoto Festival. It's serving as a storage area for unused chairs and desks. Naomi is able to find an appropriate hiding spot thanks to that. However, her hopes of remaining hidden are quickly shattered.
もう隠れなくていい。
She can't stifle her surprise at being called out to. Her exclamation may be silly, but she is aware that there's no time to be embarrassed over just a minor thing. While she isn't sure what to say, he opts to carry the conversation forward.
お前が一番の大切なものだということは分かっている。あの時、電車の中で一番はお前をかばって死んだから。
先輩の
Okay. A chill went straight down her spine. Her every nerve fires signals of fear upon confirmation that her dreams are reality.
お前自身に恨みはない。だけど、お前には犠牲になってもらう。
What the fuck? Wait.
あの人は僕を殺さなくてはならないんだ。
あなたは何を言っているんですか？
What?
あの人は僕を生かしてしまった。僕を目覚めさせてしまった。僕は生きていてはいけない人間だ。たった一つの生き方しかできないから。
A light flashes through the room before Naomi can process what the boy means. Wait, what? A massive roar thunders alongside the light. The windows in the classroom crack under the atmospheric pressure of the blast. And Naomi is... What the fuck? No! Wait! It undoes it. It undoes it. Rinka has to elect him now to undo this. Okay. And Naomi is blown away without even a moment to scream. Once again, she has come face to face with a bomb. It is in this moment that she remembers her fate is entirely connected with the others. God! Don't show me this! What the fuck?
お前の尾行には気がついていた。もともとお前をこの教室に連れて行こうと思っていたから助かったよ。この部屋の机の中に複数の爆弾を仕掛けていたんだ。お前を殺すために。
Being in such close contact with the explosion has marred her entire body with third-degree burns and worse. She has gotten pierced by several pieces of shrapnel that formed from the blast. The raw force of the blast that has crushed her ribs. Her breathing is ragged, weak, and ready to fade at any moment.
選定の参加者っていうのは皮肉だね。こんな狭いところで爆発させれば、僕だってただでは済まないはずにもかかわらず、傷は頬の切り傷一つ。風向きや壁になった机に偶然助けられ、守られている。もう喋れないようだね。
Fragments of objects caught in the blast are smoldering in every corner of the room. The cracked windows eventually give in and collapse, allowing a large supply of oxygen to flow in. In response, even the tiniest of flames spark up. Naomi can only lay there as the heat washes over her in waves. All this while her senses steadily fade.
これだけ派手にやれば、あっちの方も問題なさそうだね。まだ喋れたのか。さっきからそればっかりだね、お前は。
His frigid response is enough to douse the strongest of flames.
僕は死ななければならない。生きていちゃいけない人間なんだ。でもね、せめてその死には意味があると信じたい。あの人に殺されれば、僕の死にも意味があったと思えるんだ。きっと。あの人は僕を殺せなかった。このままではずっと同じ。だから覚悟してもらう。
It doesn't matter that I'm very certain that Rinko will give in and eliminate you, but just the fact that she has to experience this right now is just horrific. Hold on, I need to change something. God damn it. Oh. Okay. I wanted to say, hey you, what the fuck? Spelled, like, written the whole way out, but Twitch moderation didn't let me. This site fucking sucks. Alright, anyway. Comment, the other stream title is hilarious, by the way, knowing this would happen. I'm sure it was. God, that's funny. Oh my god, okay.
しつこいな。もう間もなく死ぬだろうけれど、余計なことを話されると厄介かもしれない。人思いに殺してあげるよ。
The boy approaches and Oh my god, really? The boy approaches and claps his hands around Naomi's thin neck. Not an ounce of hesitation or worry is in his voice. And yet... Even on the brink of death, she can notice the grief lurking behind the fierce look in his eyes.
黙れ。
He crushes her throat before breaking her neck. The sound of her bones breaking gets muted by the wood crackling in the flames. Notice his footsteps outside the classroom. His eyes focus on the door.
Nami!
Oh my god.
ちょうどいいところに来たね。
Even Rinka's cries are overwhelmed by the roaring fire. Okay. We're gonna break. If you're watching on Twitch, the stream will stop and restart momentarily. If you're watching on YouTube, this is the end of the video. And I thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. This has been Fatal 12. And I've been Calypso Game and Carousel. Stay tuned.